Alright guys, welcome back to the shop, and we're going to try to get finished with most of the wiring in here, hopefully. I did go ahead and get the brake pedal mounted, one bolt there, two nuts on the other side, and we're ready to mount the fuse block. And I believe, if I ain't mistaken, I've got it in the right position to go in, so we'll stick it in there. I don't know if y'all will be able to see. And don't forget, we got a little grounding block right here, and I believe it attaches to this ground wire, and it goes right there on that hole. So we gotta make sure we get that all hooked up. Get some of these tools out of my way. I need that driver. See if I can get y'all set up, and we'll try to get it stopped in there. So we're gonna go in this hole where all the light is. And that's here. We just need to make sure there's no wires in our way. We stab it in here. I got it sitting on it down there. Bolt. One of my bolts fell out, and the other one's about to. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Alright, so I believe she's in there. We'll take a look on the outside. Got a screw, focus camera. Got a screw right here and a screw right there, and it is in the hole. Here's where the inertial brake bracket hooks up. I still ain't figured out exactly what right there is. Obviously we got something that goes there though. It may be a wire, I don't know. Alright, so we're going to start trying to route some of this stuff around. I'm not going to video all this routing stuff. Most of it is going to come up and behind over this bracket right here. I think I may have to go ahead and hook and put my other bracket in at this point. I'm not sure. I may have to go back and look at my old video and see what I took out. I know the wiring and the brake pedal. The brake pedal was last. After, well, took the wire out, and I took the brake pedal off, then I pulled the firewall pad out. And so we've got that far anyway. Not the brake pedal, but the emergency brake. So now the firewall pad, it ain't really matching up with my I ain't really sure that's where that goes anyway. That's accelerator cable I just stuck in there. Pedal's going to connect down here in these three holes. All this right here, I believe, is going to have to be cut out. All this, because that's part of that where the steering column's going. If I can spit it out. I know these blue wires ran over this way. These are the instrument cluster, and these are the headlight switch. So all this has got to go up. And this just came off. And I think this is just, no, this is just a jumper I was using for those windows, so that ain't no biggie. Alright, so I think now we're going, like I said, going to start routing them, and I'm going to see if I'm going to need to put my pedals in at this point. I don't know. Alright guys, so I've been kind of routing this stuff. Got a couple wires routed outside here. Unfortunately, I believe I've got my block in upside down. The reason I say that is because all this that has to go over here is coming off the bottom of the block, and what comes off the top of the block is going to the steering column, which would not be, I don't believe that's correct. So I need to take this out and flip it around, and hopefully I won't be too messed up on these wires I already got hooked up. I can get that one out. I don't go there, it goes up here. So I'm going to just unscrew it and flip it upside down and bolt it back up. Alright guys, I think that's going to help me make a little progress in here. Got them routed up. The two lines that come up, this one right here is going to go through this big, one of these big holes back here, and there's another one somewhere that goes through the other one. That might be the, I think that might be the one I throwed out right here. Yeah. So that one's gonna go through the other one. So we got to find, I gotta find my harness I bought for that. And I believe this one goes through the far one down there towards the AC box. This black wire right here is the one I showed you earlier. It's gonna go over here and attached to that little prong thing for the grounds, common grounds. This one right here all goes to the steering column. Some of these goes to the radio, to the AC. I don't know what all of them go to. I need to do a little more research, figure out what goes where. This right here, this one has got the grommet on it. The little spade connector is a door switch. Goes to the one of the door switches. I believe that one is one that goes all the way down there, because this under dash light goes right up in there, over there. And I've got to figure out where my other door switch is that goes here. And I've got some, I believe these go to the power windows, door locks. This is a blue and gray one. I believe this one goes over yonder. So I've got to do a little bit more research. I think the yellow and black one is another one. And I should have another white one, or it might be this black one right here. I'm not sure. One of these, this looks like a ground black with white. I should have another door switch ground somewhere. So I'm gonna take another break, do a little more research, and we'll come back and try to figure out, go ahead and route these on over yonder, and we'll try to figure out what all we got to connect to what. I've been spending about the last hour or so going through the parts I have on hand and trying to find wiring diagrams. Between the old Haynes book I had that's missing the cover over there, and the few wiring diagrams I found out of my factory manual, I think I've pretty much figured out the wiring, what goes where. I had a Chilton's manual I bought on eBay just for this, but unfortunately the wiring the wiring diagrams in it were so simplified. Apparently they don't think nobody actually works on their vehicles, so it was useless to me. But going through a few things, cleaned out a box over here, brought it over, looked at my stuff in my drawers over here, found my dash speakers. I bought these from a diesel truck years and years and years ago and just put them up, so I'm going to use these two. I bought a wiring harness that goes to the AC system off eBay, but I don't think I'm going to need it. I believe the harness is good enough in this truck to not need that. And of course I've got a few gaskets and all for my cargo lights. A hood release cable, and I got to figure out where I think I've got to mount this bracket before I can mount my clutch interlock switch I bought, and it's got a couple of plugs on it. We'll have to figure out where those are, but I've got pretty much it drawed out. I think if I can just find it on these sheets, I believe I can locate and figure out what is what. Alright, so this truck originally came with the electronic control module, and the wiring harness for it is this one right here. Alright, this is the one that's all messed up. That plugs into the computer. This goes through the firewall. That goes to the DSC distributor, and I have no idea what all crap this junk goes to, but it don't really matter because this truck will not have a electronic spark controlled distributor on it. It's going to have a vacuum advanced distributor, so I don't even need all that. So I've got to come up with a way of plugging this big hole right here, other than just, I guess I can cut the wires off that grommet and just stick the grommet back in there and let it be that. So, oh, and I also figured out that this, I believe, is actually going to the door jamb switch, so we don't need it out here. I don't know exactly what goes in that grommet right there, or in that hole, but this thing comes over and goes to a switch in here, and I'll show you what I mean if I can find it. So it's just going to be a matter of so on the left hand door jamb there's a white and a tan, and on the right hand, or the passenger side, there's only a white wire. So if we look at this, we'll get some light on it. And I remember now when I pulled it off that the ends broke off of it. So here's our white and tan. And if we follow that up and over, should work out to come in somewhere right up in here, I believe. Let's see. No, it goes through right here. Goes in right there and attaches to this. So I can get my fingers up in this hole right here. And then may take that back. May take that back. I'm not sure. I think it actually goes in up here and drops down, because I believe that this hole right here is for the wiring harness going to the windows and door locks, which I have yet to figure out. Now these go to the speakers. There's one more that goes to the radio. Blue and light, dark blue and light blue. Figure that one out. Dark blue and light blue. goes to the right of the rear speaker, dark blue and light blue. And there's also a dark blue and light blue that goes to the center speaker. So that the dark blue and light blue goes to the right rear speaker, which would be passenger side, and there's another one that goes to the center speaker. And you know, I don't remember if there was even a center speaker in here. So this is a long wire, I believe, because it's all protected. I believe it runs right down there through yonder. I'm gonna just keep working on this mess, try to get some stuff run. I'm not going to try to video it all because it would, I mean, this is going to take hours to get straightened out. And when I get to some point interesting, I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like. Alright guys, before I get too far along, I'm going to give y'all an update of where I'm at. I got the door switch wires run out. I've got to put another spade connector on this one that broke, and we'll hook the switch up. Now that just plugs in up here. I've got the wires. Oh, I found another place to put the other firewall pad retainer that goes in that hole. This hole here is where the hood release cable comes out. Now the other truck out here does not have this third hole, so I'm not sure what went through there, but it did have a hole over here on the other side that this one don't. And I actually did find a video, thankfully, that told me where all these nuts and bolts went. Got the terminal block hooked up, got the wires run out through there. This goes to the compressor. This other set comes over here to the resistor and the blower motor and the relay and the AC pressure switch. So all that'll go on after the AC box is back on. This is my new engine wiring harness, and I just throwed it up here right now, just to keep it out of, keep it somewhere I could find it. And I still got to get the rest of this grommet pulled through. I started to, and then I got sidetracked, but I believe that vacuum line either went into this hole here or it went into that hole over yonder. So we're going to need a vacuum line running in for the AC system, the controllers to work. So I'll probably just run it through that one. So they run up into this hole here. And I'm going to have to find a plug for this other hole, because this is for the ESC and the computer control wires to go through. So I may just end up having to cut the wires off that big grommet over there and stick the grommet in there where the wires cut. It's going to look like holy damn it, but that's a pretty good sized hole, and I'm not sure I can find a plug that big. I won't try, but I'm not sure I can. So that's where I'm at, and I'm just I think I must have took my door wires and put them over there in that pile of mess, because I don't see the door wiring. I believe the harness, the door wire harness, get some of this stuff out of the way. So this is the radio. I believe the door wire harness plugs into over here, plugs into these three plugs, and there should be 3 more plugs. Here's for the instrument cluster, and this wire is going to go on over. So that's where I'm at right now. Still running, and I'll update you when I get some more wires running that way. Alright guys, got some more wiring figured out here. Trying to figure out where these went, but these are actually the door lock relays, which is mounted on the pedal bracket. So I gotta wait till I get the pedal bracket in. And then I was looking for my clutch interlock, and this is what I found. Looks like somebody has tried to rig it where they didn't need a clutch interlock. They could just start it with the clutch out. That is not good, so we're going to have to fix this if we can. Wish I'd found that before I stuck everything in the truck, but we'll try to untangle it and at least get some tape on if nothing else. And I think the rest of this that's pretty well figured out. I've got the AC stuff. It's got 2 switches here, and the radio power lead is this yellow. This one, of course, this is the headlight switch, and that's the instrument cluster. And I don't know where this black and white ground wire runs to. This is a long wire, so I would assume that it would run down that way somewhere or another. So I'm gonna work on getting this repaired right here, and then we'll be ready to stick this bracket and all here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to find my bolts, go ahead and get my gas pedal in, and I don't know, I may have to wait on the gas pedal till I get the floor mat in. I may go ahead and start running these wires down through here and down through here, try to get the floor mat in, and then we'll figure out where to go from there. Alright guys, I've got my wires run for the rear speakers and the lights. Unfortunately, the dome light, I just had the bulb pushed back in there. It got down so far I couldn't get it out, so I ended up having to pull it out anyway. And I was going to have to replace the wires or do something with them. They're all mashed up and probably short out. But actually, that's the speaker wire, I'm sorry. I'm going to do something with that too. This is the one to the dome light. You can see it's pretty dang bad shape. So I'll probably end up having to get a new pigtail for that and try to figure out some way. I used my fish tape and tried to pull it back up, but it kept getting hung up on something right here in this corner. Then it was trying to go down this rear channel. So nothing going on that. I got this fixed on my wire here. I just taped it up good, and I got my radio speaker wire run over there. It ain't in position, but it's kind of in the channel. Got the wires run to the power windows and door locks. I got my speakers installed in the top here. Got pretty good. Both sides over there. So now I think I'm ready to, I think I'm going to wipe out this inside a little bit, and I'm going to install the floor mat. So that'll be next time, guys, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe if you liked it.